Okie doke artichoke. I believe we're live. Hey everyone who might be tuned in right now, and if it's no one, that's perfectly fine. Pardon me. Welcome to today's commission stream. Just going to just realize the icon is still the game icon, so I'm just gonna real quick fix that. Oh my goodness. Clip Studio Paint. There we go. Hey Kaze. Just gonna real quick change the icon because I have it for gaming. Let's change it to arting. Okay, there we go. How we all doing? A lot better than I was doing earlier. That's good. Hi D. Hope you're doing well. Saw your art, very cute. All things considered, how you doing? You doing okay, Fuck? Yeah, I'm all right. To be honest, I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather. I have a bunch of snacks with me, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna really be partaking in any of them because I'm not feeling too hot. So the good news is that this particular com that I'm doing for Kaze here, I could just kind of I was able to just copy the original sketches that I sent him, and then just work with these as a base, and then make like the proper sketches over them and things like that. So that's good. With that said, we're going to be working on a couple of these. Also, I have no idea why it seems like that something is on. It's not the fans or anything, but I don't know why. Somebody must be doing like having like a shower or something, and it's like the water. I'm just going to real quick look for some music, and then we can begin. Hi, Poppin. How you doing? Yes, I now have the coffee link displayed on there. Also, if you donate to my coffee, hang on. I'll see if I can show this. It's pretty nifty. Wait, it should be working. Okay, well, it's supposed to do like a little like doo-doo-doo thing that lets you know when it goes, but it doesn't seem to be working for some reason. Well, whatevs. So if you want to... If you want to donate, there's the coffee. Ace of Spades. Isn't that Alpharad? I think so. Thank you for the host, Niv Milk. Let's get hosted indeed. Also, hey Dresser, how you doing? I'm sorry, what were they called? Okay, so excuse me. Thank you for a host, Kaze. So I'm sorry, what were they called? Non-DMCA band, look up Ace of Hearts. I can't be sure which one is the proper one. It's kind of the problem. There's like no information or anything. Oh, that's their radio. Okay. No, Niv. This was a sort of this was the rough sketches I had already sent to Kaze. I already had 2 of these done, so I just labeled them as done. I'm also spending way too much time looking for music. So here, I'll hold off on Ace of Hearts for now. When I'm sort of... Your host isn't working? That's unusual. Just try doing it manually then, I guess. Thanks for the host, Milksteak. Yeah. Gonna play some Serena Beach while I start. So, how's everyone doing today? Now we finally picked out our goddamn music. How long did that take? Jeez, I spent 7 minutes just picking music. This always happens to me. I'm gonna be so cute. Yes. It's because it's Kaze. I should probably get the ref. Oh crap, hang on. Planning for your streaming marathon? Ooh. Or a pair of $600 custom made all leather boots because my shot. Jeez, those are expensive. On that, you're great. Gave me. Yeah, I've got these sort of nice boots, but they also chafe up like my heel. And that's alright. I just have to real quickly find something. Thanks for the host, Poppin'. I was able to find the original PNG of it, so don't worry too hard about it. 10 layers of leather for the entire sole of the boot. Goddamn. Yeah, they were hand-me-downs, admittedly, but they're really cool. But you know, also they're a bit worn, so it's like, yeah, I should probably replace those at some point. Unfortunately, the place where where the original were picked up, unfortunately no longer exists. So, yeah, at least not here. I don't even remember the name. It was like Belladonna? No, it was something like that. Happy with my art of late? Yes. Yeah, your most recent pick was like really cute. Just the little dude walking around. He's a cute boy. Oh, thank you, D. I mean, I'm not sure I agree, but yeah, no, thank you. I'm trying to teach myself to be more confident in my work because I think that'll help overall. I think that'll help in the long run. Oh, I didn't even think. That's just kind of the one that I picked to do because it was the next one up. With that said, it does seem appropriate, if not a little bit in poor taste. If you'd rather I work on another one, feel free to let me know. Drawing a lot of Sonic lately. Interesting. I actually did some Sonic fan art fairly recently, but it's like it's sort of stupidly obscure Sonic fan art, and kind of getting into the deets of it would be a little bit Is Coffee like Patreon? Yep, more or less. Except that it's not recurring payments. I think it can set up to have recurring payments, but it's not really recurring payments. It's basically just an easier way to donate to me, more or less. From what I also understand, is Coffee is generally just less difficult to work with than Patreon, is the thing. Oh, excuse me. It's weird seeing it's like 8:12 because I'm not used to starting streams this late. Like, this is normally when I'd be ending, is the thing. We got 9 viewers, very nice. You just realized how much you like tongues. That's an interesting thing to say. That reminds me of, I don't remember who it was, but one time when we were streaming, they just brought up, I've been listening to ASMR. I'm like, oh, what kind? Oh, ear-licking ASMR, and I was just... Right, okay. And of course it was in one of the Minecraft episodes, so it's like, perfect! I actually haven't seen that person in a while. They used to watch my streams fairly frequently, but they don't seem to anymore. I think they're busy. It's all good. What? Yeah, it was during a Minecraft episode. And, which, you know, I don't do anymore, but, like, I did for a bit. And by that I mean I did, like, 3 episodes before I got annoyed and bored. And, yeah. So, Kaze, how's that look? The last 3 drawings you've drawn have had someone with their tongue sticking out. Oh, no. But yeah, Poppin', that's something that happened. Ear-licking ASMR, and, yeah, your reaction was about the same as mine. So, Kaze, how's the sketch look? It looks unbelievably accurate to how I looked earlier tonight. Okay, good. So, shall I proceed? It looks good, okay. The internet is a strange place. Yes. Yes, it is. I feel like if you had someone with you to help, it would help. What, Minecraft? I just... I just don't have that much fun playing it with people or without, if I'm being honest. I think the most fun I've had was for Flappy New Year, and I've only gone there for like a couple of days, if I'm being honest. I mostly just wanted to support like Adler and Blazin, but like, you know, it's like Digital Con, that could be fun. And it is. I'm having a good time, and by that I mean it's really fun bumping into people that I know and, you know, chatting with them for a bit and that sort of thing. But I don't know, just Minecraft just doesn't click with me. I enjoy watching people play it, like when Abyss or someone is playing it. I'll watch them play it, but like as for me, I just get frustrated with it. I just get really annoyed playing it. I actually had more fun when we were playing Terraria, which I want to do more of. Hey Shirley, how you doing? Well, Kaze. It's Pouty Kaze. Other Fen. Fen friend, if you will. I've got my Vice here, my Dr. Pepper. I've been drinking a lot of goddamn Dr. Pepper lately. Like, Dr. Pepper is my favorite soda, but like... You didn't do any line art. Yeah, no. You do still have to train from Saturday, so does D. I think it does stay, yeah. I think it's Forever who does the most for a hype train, or whoever initiates a hype train. Just clean the sketch. Yes. But yeah, I think that's right. With that said, if anyone wants to donate and maybe get a hype train card... No, I'm joking. But with that said, if you want to donate, coffee's in the corner there. If you'd like, I can put it in the chat. You're supposed to get a little notif from Coffee when it goes off. And it's like, hey, such and such donated such and such amount. But, like, I was testing it. It didn't seem to be working. So... Yes, Kaze is a cute. Hi, Sahama. How you doing? You're up pretty late. Because isn't it, like, I don't know, like 3 where you live or something? Do I sound quiet? Or do I just... Yes, you are. Or do you mean the tone of my voice? Like so. Tip. Oh, sorry. I don't know why that would be. Hey, T-Chap! Thank you for resubscribing. I don't know why that would be. I've got it right where it normally is. The, mic audio seems to be going up where it normally is. Are you sure it's not your headset? How do I sound to everyone? Aw. Hey, T-Chap, thank you. Teacup. Everyone else seems to think I sound fine, Saham. Are you sure it's not your headset? Or whatever it is you're listening with? Yeah. Okay, now you're just trolling me. Now you're just trolling me. Hama, use the other ear! Okay, see you in a bit, Poppin'. Everyone else thinks it's fine, Hama. Everyone else can hear me just fine. It might just be on your end. Hama, turn up your volume! So it's not that I'm being quiet, it's that other streamers are loud. I don't know, man. I can get pretty loud. Ah! I'm all about perfect sound setups, yo. You're wearing your gamer headset. Oh, is it like red and is it like does it have like the gamer aesthetic? Hama, turn up your mic. Or not mic. I meant to say your volume, whatever. I meant to say, but yeah, you see, I heard that. It doesn't have the gay lights, so no, the gay lights. You have a mouse with the gay lights? I actually don't own anything that's really all that like whatever LED lights or anything, except you contract tetanus. What the hell? What? I'm so confused. I don't understand what having tetanus has to do with this, but alright. Anyway, I don't really have anything with like LED lights or anything, but I do have, my computer does actually light up. Like my keyboard on my computer does actually light, on my laptop actually does light up. Not up for conversations about audio. I hope you're doing good. I'm alright. Still feeling a little under the weather. Not as bad as I was before, but still, like, tummy's still a little bit kind of working against me. I'm still a bit achy, but not nearly as bad. Thank you. And I'm definitely feeling better about the, like, the hard drive. Like, I don't feel, like, as upset about that now. It's funny, I said I was only feeling a little bit achy. Now my leg is goddamn killing me. What am I doing? Why am I not just using, like, a little line tool for this thing and then, like, roughing and then, like, evening out, like, edges and whatnot? I don't know why I'm making my job harder than it needs to be. Have I made on rebuilding everything so far? That's all I'll say on that. I've made some new assets. For generic assets, I've made a background. I don't need to reconstruct the intro yet because thankfully Kaze had it still on file. Yeah, oof. Kaze had it still on file. I've begun working on the Christmas special. And I began already working on what I want to be the next episode after the Christmas special. And that one's going to be a treat, because I'm planning on it to being... it's going to be a lot more complex than the other ones. There's going to be... it's not even really going to be a Foxtales in the traditional sense. And I'm really excited to do that. That's going to be around the new year. It might be like the first proper video I do into the new year. But yeah... But yeah, when it comes to, like, rebuilding everything, nah, I haven't made that much progress. I do have the background. Again, I have some general assets, and I have some of the Christmas assets ready to go. I'm just projecting. I didn't change anything. I'm just projecting. Thank you, Sahama. I'm gonna fix the hat. It looks like he's wearing like a snapback or something, which would be really funny if that was part of a actual like proper work uniform. But, eh. You said something about reconstructing the intro. Do you want me to send you the raw audio file for the intro song? If you'd like, yes. I am going to be using the original intro for now, but I'd like a new intro for New Year's. Like, I'd like a new intro starting into New Year's. The problem is I'm not really... I need to like, draft up an idea and... Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you guys this now, just so you know. This coming week, there probably isn't going to be a new video. Like a new art video. There definitely wouldn't be something like a new Fox Tales. What I was actually planning on doing was I wanted to do a best of these streams, but I don't have any of the RAWs anymore, so I would need to download the RAWs, and I need to, you know, and at this point it's just kind of like, you know what, it's not that I'm not going to do that, it's that I need more time to do it now, whereas I could have basically edited it over a weekend or something. Now I need more time to get everything back up together and to get all the assets and all that stuff. So there probably won't be a new video this week. I hope... What would have been... well, for starters... okay, I'm just going to level with you guys. Most of it was SpongeBob. From what I had. I also would have had stuff from Sonic Forces, obviously from The Sims. There was a little bit... There would have been a little bit from everything. But most of it was from SpongeBob. Because I think that was where some of the funniest stuff in the streams happened. If I had saved, if I had a copy of the RAW that was done for Extra Life over on Corgi's Twitch, I would have done that for sure. I would have done like the bit where I started laughing at Jonathan Assessment, because I think that's legitimately one of the funniest things that's ever happened on stream with me in it. Was when I started just losing my mind over Jonathan Assessment for like, because I had been drinking, right? And T-Chip sends me this thing and he's like, I want you to draw me a commission of me as Jonathan Assessment. And it's like this Johnny Test thing where it's, you know the meme where it's like the art gets cruder and cruder, but then like the wording gets like more and more like verbose? Well, the last one of those is, like, he looks like handsome Squidward or something, and it just says Jonathan Assessment, and I went to, like, a fit of hysterical laughter about that for, like, 10 minutes. And before that, I was already laughing because of something involving Johnny Bravo. I think it was, Corgi was playing, I think it was Left 4 Dead. And when one of the big enemies came up, we were making the joke about how, the Johnny Bravo music would be playing whenever he came in, and for some reason that just set me over the edge. So I had 2 hysterical laughing fits in a row. It was great. That was a great evening. I wish I had the RAWs for that. I really do, but I think they're gone. I think they're lost to time because Corgi doesn't archive for RAWs, right? So yeah, I think those are lost to time. Probably just as well. That was like literally a 24-hour stream. So thank you very much for sending me the music, Kage. Kage? Kaze. I don't know why I said Kage. Sorry. But yeah, a lot of it was SpongeBob. The tongue ASMR thing, that I would have put that. The bit where Blitzio was tickling me while I was playing Minecraft, and I was like, "No, it's a creeper!" That would have been there. The sticker's a mood, isn't it? Another thing I want to do is I want to do Fox Tales out of context. Is a video I want to do where I just take a bunch of like my random like favorite clips from episodes of Fox Tales and just put them out of context. how do you guys feel about like these new ideas for videos and whatnot? Because I would like to just kind of upload them whenever, you know, and just have like these fun, weird ideas for videos. Like I said, the next episode of Fox Tales I'm doing isn't even really going to be a Fox Tales in a traditional sense, but I'm not sure how much of it I should explain, because I think a lot of it's better if you just don't have all of the context as to what I'm doing. I'm getting very late, gonna dip. Sorry, Fox. Want to chat more about it? Okay. No, you should sleep. If you tired, go bed. Night-night, D. But, like, the next one I want to do is, without giving too much away, I kind of want to make a, this is going to sound a bit weird, but I kind of want to make, like, a mini-doc. Like, it's very short, like, it's not going to be, like by doc standards. Yeah, that's the clip. Thank you, T-Chep. Fox makes noises. That's the clip. But, it won't be, like... Okay, so the idea I have for this video, and I've already begun scripting it, is it's basically a super sort of short, like, doc. It'll be long for an episode of Fox Tales. My goal's around, like, anywhere from, like, 10 to 20 minutes. But it'll be sort of like a mini doc in the format of an episode of Fox Tales. And I really hope that that sounds enticing, because, like, I am super attached to the idea, and I really want to make... And here's the thing, I already have the subject, I'm already sort of interviewing someone. The doc, without giving too much away, because it's... Okay, here's the thing, I think I can say, because I'm not sure basically any of you will know what it's about, and that's kind of the point. It's about sort of the sort of personal quest I'm going through to archive a specific webcomic that will no longer be available to read otherwise, because that they're getting rid of Flash. It's this long abandoned webcomic from like the early days of the popular internet. And I love it to bits, even though it's like, it's super like early 2000s, like fourth wall breaking like comedy. I love it to pieces, and it's actually been like a super formative piece of my creative identity in a way. And I've been archiving it, and I decided I wanted to make a sort of mini doc about it in the format of an episode of Fox Tales. I hope that sounds interesting, because, like, if it doesn't, I mean, I'm probably still going to do it anyway, whatever, but, like, I would at the very least like you guys to be able to get entertainment out of the video, you know? I'm already interviewing someone. They weren't involved in the production of the comic, but they were around as it was coming out, and they did know the original author, who, unfortunately, she's gone. We don't know what happened to her. Okay, I kind of do, but A, I'm not sure she really wants to be found in that regard, and B, that last time I saw her active on where I saw her was 3 years ago, so... Defunct Line Webcomic Edition. Kind of, yeah! But again, formatted like an episode of Fox Tales. So it will still be like Fox Tales. I'm still going to call it Fox Tales, because it is about not just the comic itself, but my journey to archive it and my relationship to it. It's still about... it's still an interpersonal story, I guess. But it's related to this webcomic. And I want it to be sort of a long one, because I want to start doing more weird experimental stuff with Fox Tales. I feel like I've gotten a little bit complacent. So I want to try and do some crazier stuff like that. Especially since I find like a lot of more recent Fox Tales, they don't feel like Fox Tales. They feel like this is a thing I'm thinking in this moment, and that's it. It's not really like a tale. That's not really a story about me, is it, you know? At least in this case, while it is about someone else's creative work, it's how it affects and relates to, like, how it affected me and how it affected other people and that sort of thing, you know? And this comic, I'm assuming most people haven't even, like if they had heard of it, they're old heads who either forgot about it or haven't thought about it in years and years and years and years. I'm not even 100% sure the author would even, like, completely remember that is the thing. Like, maybe they remember that they would made it if I ever did meet... Here's the thing. If I can find the person, I would love to contact them and ask them questions. I like the idea and absolutely back decision to make that. Fantastic. I'm glad. I'm glad, because it's something I'm really excited for. Like, I wasn't even done the Christmas script, and I already began scripting this episode. There's going to be a lot of editing, a lot of time, and it probably after the... Like, okay. You're probably not going to see Foxtails again for a while after Christmas. Because I want to do this one. I want it to be the next one. Now, with that said, that will mean that there is probably going to be a dearth of viewership, so please spread around the other video types as much as you can. Because I will probably be doing things like speed paint, and maybe I will do that best of or that out of context compilation then. Just kind of for the sake of making my life easier and to having content to show. And I just realized the music stopped playing. Okay, now I need to think of other music to put on. Excuse me. Oh, BSC is doing Super Mario 64 again. Cool. Speaking of which, if you haven't already, follow Brain Scratch commentaries on YouTube. They're very close to making 80K subscribers. So, and they deserve it. They deserve every single one. Field of Hopes and Dreams? Alright. I mean, we've listened to Deltarune music a lot, but sure. I don't mind putting on Deltarune or Undertale music. It is some of my favorite music to draw to, so... Beyond that, I actually did want to ask you guys something. Beyond that suggestion I have for an episode of Foxtails, what kind of content would you like to see me making? Like, what would really, like, get you, like, yeah, that's really cool, I want to sit down and watch that? Because, not so much from, like, a standpoint of, oh, I gotta keep the algorithm up, as much as, like, I consider this channel, at this point, is kind of a community experience, so it's like, I like getting your guys' input on these sorts of things. Content where you interact with your friends. Okay, so if I were to do that, which I wouldn't mind doing more of, would you guys like to see me and Blitzio try and do that podcast again? And by the way, if I do this, I'm expecting y'all to interact with it. No, I'm joking. But like something like, say, when Blitzio and I did that podcast together, which was super informal and not very well made, but it was a lot of fun. But I don't care because we had a lot of fun, and it was just a fun, doofy thing. Yeah. Like the production on it wasn't great, but the actual like interaction was a lot of fun. Okay, so that's something I'll keep in mind in the future. Is I'll go back to that idea again, and we'll try and do it more frequently. I haven't listened to the first episode, but I would sure as hell check out the second episode. Well, the first episode is still on YouTube, so, I mean, you can check it out if you want. It came out around, I think it was, it came out around the time of the PS5 reveal, I think. Okay, yeah, Kaze, how does this look? Okay, I'm going to transfer it to another file now. Okay, so we got lucky with this one. Kaze, so you know how I normally send you OG res on the 512 by 512 to upload it with? This one was basically already, I could already set it to 512 and not lose any resolution. So it was already good to go. Excuse me. Pardon me. So we're gonna start working on another one of his, and then after a certain point, I'm not really sure when exactly, we're gonna move over to Milksteaks Commission. I'm probably gonna do this one next. The sick with 2 C's. All right. Now Milksteaks Commission, you can ask him. I was actually like really far along in it when the hard drive crapped out. Now that was a spirit breaker. Like, damn, that hurt. So Milksteaks, I basically had to grab the original, I had to grab the PNGs I'd been sending him, and I sort of had to re-sketch it based on that, and yeah. It did. That background took a really long time. The thing is, I don't normally go on or even really reveal how long certain pieces of art take. But that took a while. That background took a while, so I was really upset when I realized that I had lost that file. Especially since you seem to like it. You seem to have enjoyed it. So now it's like, okay, so all my hard work is gone. That picture you really liked is gone. It just... Yeah, it did. I hope I can at the very least come close to making it look that decent. I hope. Hello, Poppin'! Welcome back! Where did you go? I'm assuming you had to grab food or something? I hope you're right. I really do. Again, I'm trying to be more confident in my work, so we'll see. Good? Yeah. Poppin'. I didn't. Okay, first of all, you wouldn't dare. Second of all, I didn't say it sucked. Of course, with all the video reconstructing I have to do, I might have to close up my queue soon. Don't you dare say I won't do something. I mean, isn't that what I always do? I go like, you're not gonna do it, and then you do it, cause I'm dumb. Oh, jeez. Aw. Oh no, poke the butt. Just a friendly reminder, folks. I do have a funny Christmas commercial in mind. Oh dear. Just a friendly reminder to folks that you can tip me via my Streamlabs, and that helps me live. So that's always fun. Just in time for Christmas. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Chrysler. Merry Crisis. Merry Crisis on Infinite Earths, DC superheroes. Pardon me. I do, yes. Oh god, what's his name? God, what's his name? Martini, yes! I'm amazed anyone else remembers that movie. I would commission that, like Art of Martini or Art of your character as Martini. Use Martini. Aw. Yeah, no, I paying the trumpety tax. Wait. Milk Steak, what do you mean paying the trumpety tax? Did you trumpet? Did you trumpet in my good Christian server? Okay, this is gonna be a bit of a, no, you know, I was gonna bring up another sort of weird Christmas movie, but I forgot the name. No, you know what? I remember. Does anyone remember Rusty? The movie Rusty. It was this stop-motion Christmas movie about another oddball reindeer. He didn't have any special powers or anything. And I think Betty White was in it. Is my favorite. Aww, I loved that one growing up. It's not my favorite Christmas movie, but I do enjoy it. You thought an umpire thought about Tom. Oh no! But yeah, does anyone remember the movie Rusty? Shall I get the paper? No, he paid the trumpet tax. You don't need to get the newspaper. T-Chip, don't say WAP in the chat. We all know what it means. Never heard of Rusty. Sounds like it might have been. Honestly, it might have been made by like CTV or something. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. Just real quick. pay forth the trumpet tax to beg Fox to forgive me for my trumpet sins. Thank you very much for the donation, Poppin. The movie is called The Holidays, the Christmas That Almost Didn't Happen. He is, he's Rudolph's younger brother, and I think he's flightless. I think it was a Canadian movie. I'm just gonna real quickly check on it. Good night, Shirley. Take care. Oh. Rusty was played by, Fred Savage, and Dylan and Cole Sprouse played the kid. So maybe it wasn't, actually. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted, but, like, I just have to know now. The 60-minute Christmas special sponsored by Campbell Soup, Walmart, Ask.com, and Coke. There was a lot of product placements within the movie. So I don't think so. I don't think it was made. It's distributed by Walmart and Art Industry, so I don't think it was Canadian. Anyway. You really want to be a sketchy business penguin? Oh, no. Maybe not the best thing, potentially incriminating thing to say when you're on stream. Excuse me. Maybe it's just like martini. Actually, a martini sounds really good right about now. At least it would if my stomach wasn't hurting. Ugh, yeah. You know how earlier I said my stomach wasn't feeling all that great? Yeah, it's starting to catch up with me all of a sudden. Whew! Alright. I might have to cut the stream short. I want to at least work a bit on Milk Steaks Calm, though. It does figure, though, around this time of year I get ill. So I'm a bad fox. I haven't done my Christmas shopping yet. Here, we'll do Scarlet Forest next. I actually really like this track. Yeah, I might in between these pieces of art. Excuse me. Me neither. Oof. Neither you don't feel well either, Choco Mango. Also, welcome to the stream. While working on the bar point. Yeah. Oh, you mean you haven't done your Christmas shopping yet? Okay. Well, the thing about Christmas is that I at least have a little bit of extra time because we're not congregating at Christmas. Pardon me, because of the pandemic. Thank you for that telegram. I have that open for some reason. Excuse me. Ugh. Forgive me for making weird noises while I stretch. So, you know what? It was fun. I did this a little bit ago. I had people ask questions while I was doing art. So if any of you guys want to ask me a question, you know, as long as it's not too super personal, and I'm assuming most of you will be able to just use your common sense to know when that is. Feel free to ask me some questions. Let's make this an AMA. Well, AMAWR. AMA within reason. That's the second coincidence of the night. Pissed retail worker after my long day. Another bar feeling while you feel like trash. Yeah, apparently. Are you a new wooer or a new vooer? I'm a new wooer because I'm a fox. I'm not a bird. I don't have a beak. Questions? Just whatever. Just if it's something about like foxtails or about the art or even something personal but not so personal that it would be unsettling, feel free to ask. My first job, technically speaking, it was a volunteer worker at a local hockey rink, because of course it was. Well, I say hockey rink. It was technically it was more like a community center, but it's where the hockey games for this team are usually hosted. It was their home, and I only really worked during the hockey games. So put a beak on Fox. Yeah, maybe someday I'll draw that. But yeah, that was my first job. The most Canadian thing I've ever done was probably working at a hockey rink. I think we got Timmy's one time. But that's about it. I'm not, like, super The thing is that, like every other, like, society, a lot of the stereotypes are kind of exaggerated. Honestly, most people I know don't even like Tim Hortons. And I don't blame them for it. It kind of sucks, but... Honestly, the best Canadian original thing I could think of when it comes to, like, food and fast food and whatnot is probably Harvey's. Which, again, I was surprised when I found out you guys didn't have Harvey's. Because it's good stuff, and it's all over the place in this country. I guess it's a little bit weird, like, finding out we don't have Whataburger. So, at least not in Ottawa. Maybe we do, like, in, like, the Maritimes or something. But we don't have Whataburger or Jack in the Box. Or really, a lot of American fast food stores we just don't have. We have Carl's Jr., so, you know, that's exciting. Although, just barely. We used to have Whataburger here in Florida. Is that right? Did they stop? I didn't even know you lived in Florida. Even though you've probably already told me, I just have a bad memory. But it moved away and I wanted to come back. You really liked Whataburger? Never been there? Oh, okay. You more just wanted to try it, I guess. Oh, Akaze! Real quick, before I continue, how does that look? Oh, excuse me. Awesome. You moved away from Central Florida / Tampa Bay? Okie doke. Anyone have any more questions? I'd be happy to answer them. It's still in the north parts of Florida, like Jackson, Tallahassee. Okay. I probably butchered that pronunciation. Apologies. See, I'm just going to stand up for a second and stretch. What's my favorite chip? Salt and vinegar. Usually, I like Old Dutch or Miss Vicky's. Lay's is pretty good, but there's like almost none of it in there, so that kind of strikes it. Excuse me? There's also these kettle cook type that you could only get at least I only knew them from. You could get them at Starbucks, and I liked those. Those were good. Those got me through a lot of annoying shifts at work. But yeah, salt and vinegar. Dill pickle's a close second. I also rather like all dressed. Good news is that White Castle and Raising Cane's is coming to Florida, at least the Orlando area. Okay, so I don't even know what Raising Cane's is. We do not have White Castle here. We have those mini White Castle pre-made burgers that you can buy at Walmart. We do have those, but we don't have actual White Castle, and I have no idea why you would have that but not have the White Castle restaurant. It just seems kind of stupid to me. Especially since they're goddamn like pre-made, pre-frozen burgers. And I don't mean like burger patties, I mean like the whole shebang. Yes, those exist. Yeah, they do exist. In case you feel like hating yourself that day, I guess. We would, occasionally my mom just kind of, because she knew we wouldn't eat or whatever, she like bought like some of those like pre-made frozen sandwiches. From not from White Castle, just from some generic brand. The breakfast sandwiches were fine, but the burgers, oh my god, those were not pleasant. They tasted like plastic. Is probably a good way to put it. They tasted like plastic. Not very good. Raising Cane's restaurant, the primary serves chicken fingers as a really good sauce. Interesting. I'm always a bit wary of places that say that they have really good sauce, because everyone says that the Swiss Chalet sauce is good, and I think it tastes like garbage. I just think it tastes like really watered down, like just... I don't even know how I would describe it. It kind of just tastes like water with a pinch of something flavor. I don't like it. I've never understood why people go like insane for the sauce at Swiss Chalet. I'm assuming there's Swiss Chalet in the U.S. Definitely not New England. Okie doke. Okay, so for those of you who are unfamiliar, Swiss Chalet is basically like this. I call it like a faux fancy restaurant, because it's like it's fancier than like McDonald's or like KFC or whatever. It's decently kept, but it isn't like Red Lobster or anything. And they have this sauce, and everyone I talk to about it loves the sauce. They go gaga over that sauce. And whenever I tell them that I don't like the sauce, because I think it just kind of tastes like vaguely flavored water, they act like I have like 3 heads. And to this day, I don't understand what the appeal is. And moreover, why I'm apparently an insane person for not liking their flavored water they pass off as sauce. Like, when I told my brother that, he was like, what the hell is wrong with you? It eventually got to the point where I had to pretend like I liked it, just because I was tired of having to tell people that I didn't like it. But now it's just, no, I don't like that crap, sorry. It's so popular over here, that sauce, that there's like a flavor of Lay's chips. And if I'm being honest, the Lay's chips are better than the actual sauce. Where's the farthest I've ever traveled from to home? Okay, guys, get ready for a shock. The farthest I've ever traveled from to home that I can cautiously remember. My dad claims I've been out of country when I was a baby, but I don't remember any of that. The farthest I've ever been from home was to Montreal. Or no, it's not. That's a lie. The farthest I've been to out from home was New Brunswick. So, okay, a little bit farther. I was going to say just like Montreal, so like just out of the town, just out of Ottawa. But no, I've been to New Brunswick. Also, I think Toronto is farther than Montreal, so I would have said Toronto anyway. So, yeah, New Brunswick. I have not ever been out of country while I have been a conscious thinking being. I've never been to the States. I've never been to England. I've never been to France. I've never been to Greece or anything like that. I've just Canada. If I knew anything about Canadian geography, I'd be impressed. Okay, so New Brunswick is you know, never mind. Don't worry about it. The point is that New Brunswick is it's still in country. I have not traveled very far. Honestly, I kept making plans to travel to the States at some point, but then a certain someone got into power, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to wait till this whole thing blows over. And it is officially blown over. Thanks to the Electoral College, which is still dumb, by the way. Abolish the Electoral College, but in this instance, at the very least, they hope to finally drive that final nail in the coffin. But enough about politics. Let's keep them questions coming, kids. Everyone and anyone can ask. Everyone hates the Electoral College. Yeah, I think that's the one big thing that basically anyone of any political spectrum can at least agree on to some extent. Is that the Electoral College is dumb. And I have no idea why it's a thing. It's a very unusual, like, practice. But yeah, anyway, Pennsylvania has a rivalry of Sheetz versus Wawa, but in Florida it's only Wawa. We have neither of those. I have never... I only found out about Wawa within the last, like, 3 or so years. I don't even know what Sheetz is. Circle K? We do have Circle K. We do have Circle K, actually. They actually, they bought out a fairly large... corner store slash like gas peddler thing over here. Actually, they Max, which I don't know if you guys had Max in the States, but we definitely have them here, and had them here, and they basically all been bought up by Circle K at this point. Oh, also thank you for reminding people about my Streamlabs Sven bot. I forget if you'd answer this one. Ever been to a FurCon? And a follow-up. If you say yes, what's your dream con to attend? I have been to a FurCon. I've been to 2 Fernal Equinoxes. As for no, I've been to 1 Fernal Equinox and 1 Canference. Canference being an Ottawa-based convention that I stopped going to because there was some issues with the local furs. Thankfully, they're not in control of that anymore, so I might actually go now when con season rolls around. Maybe. And I went to Fernal Equinox. I would love to go to, like, any of, like, the really big, like, American cons. Because those are the ones everyone goes to. Like, okay, Fernal Equinox is a decently large con, but, like... sorry. Like, I would love to go, like, some of, like Midwest Fur Fest and things like that. Like, some of, like, the really big, like, American cons. There's also this one German con I don't remember the name of that I'd like to go to, just to kind of for the sake of getting out of the North America and going somewhere else. Anthony New England, maybe we can meet him. Oh, I wouldn't mind going to Anthony New England. I'm not as familiar with that one. Is that a smaller con or is that a larger con? If you become rich tomorrow, what's the first thing you do? I would pay off my student debt. I'd pay off my student debt. I think that's the only debt I have, actually. I would focus. For starters, I'd stop shilling for money on stream, so you wouldn't have to hear about me complain about it anymore. I'd close up my commission queue for a while. I would get myself a PS5. I would make sure some of my family and friends are financially stable for the next little while. And I would find myself a nice new place to live. With the boys. It's actually pretty big. I haven't been, was going to, but college. But I definitely would if I could change if I wanted to attend. I actually skipped a couple days of college for Canference. To be fair, okay, I didn't skip them. I let my teachers know I wasn't going to be around. So, I'll have to go to Megaplex, which is just a 2-hour drive. Definitely see if we could change it. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Do I know Joe? I know G.I. Joe. I know Joe from Family Guy. Hey, Peter. I can't really think of any other Joes that I would know. And G.I. Joe is multiple people. So, I mean, my favorite TV show. I have a few. I guess if I was to say, the one that immediately always springs to mind is Doctor Who. Is probably my favorite TV show. If you gave me a bit more time, I could probably think of more, but the fact that Doctor Who is the first thing that pops into my head, then there you go. What about Joe Mama? Joe Mama? Well, listen up, Joe. I'm just gonna tell you that flying is impossible. I have to go now. My head just hit the ceiling. Poppin', no. I'd help Mr. Krabs reclaim his dime. I'm rich! And I'll save Patrick from this mime. Thanks, buddy. Even Plankton needs some help when he gets tangled in the cap. Please put me down. I love SpongeBob. That's another top contender for favorite show, is SpongeBob. But yeah, Megaplex would be one. Yeah, I've never heard of Ant in New England before. But I wouldn't mind going to that one. You know, we could hang out. Still waiting on that Fox suit. I might just ask for a refund and then get someone else to do it because I'm getting a little tired of waiting. I know COVID's been like a pain in the ass for everyone, but like, come on, it's been over a year and I haven't gotten a lot of like proper updates, which is really weird because it's the same person who did my last suit and they did a really good job. Like, I really like the button suit. So I don't mean this out of malice, but it is kind of getting to the point where it's like, okay, I think I want my $1,000 back. So I can, like, commission someone who is able to do the work. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being mean. Maybe I'm just spitting venom. I'm not going to disclose the name of the person because they're a really good-natured person and they mean well and they're not trying to not do it. It's just a lot of bullcrap. Would I get a face? Yes, absolutely. In fact, I want to, but I had no idea where to start looking. And here's the thing. I wouldn't want to get a prefab. I want to get one made of Fox, but I don't know where to start, and if I did, I wouldn't know if I could afford it. That first suit I was just talking about, that was a buy, that was a luxury buy I could afford back then. I'm not sure I'd be able to afford a face rig now. Face rig? A Fox? Yeah, I would, I wouldn't mind doing a face rig. If anyone knows any good artists that could do something that Fox would look good in, let me know. Like, I don't know, like, shoot me a message or something, and then maybe I'll look into it and see if they're free, and, you know, I could get a face rig done. I would love to get face rigs done. But yeah, I would absolutely get a face rig done. How much money would it take for you to spend a night in a cemetery? A lot. Like, that's Like a lot. Like we're talking like 6-figure salary stuff. Cause no thanks. No thank you. I don't feel like getting possessed tonight. What an oddly specific question. What are you planning? Depends on the night, I guess, but I don't know. I'm overly paranoid of that sort of thing, so. I probably brought this up before, but I am actually at least a little bit superstitious. So, Alright, Kaze, how does the sick boy look? My stomach's actually feeling a lot better, so that's good. I think just arting it and putting it into this. Obviously not well. Oh no. The tallest person I ever seen was... Well, when I was 3, it was my mom. Yayo! I know, Kaze. No, I don't remember the tallest person I've ever seen. Yeah, that is also true. Yeah, I would need the provisions to stay warm. I'm like superstitious about like ghosts and whatnot. I've probably brought this up, but I'm like 80% sure this house is haunted. So cemeteries are ironically a very safe place in a zombie invasion. Yes, they are, actually. Pardon me. You know what else is a good place? Any place with a flamethrower. Or with access to fire. Okay, so I've got the original and the sticker resolution ready to go. Okie doke. And with that, we're going to be closing up on Kaze's for now. Do you believe in the power of a curse? Not as such, no. Like, I don't think you can, like just look, I curse you, or something. I don't really think that's how that works. If there is such things as curses, I don't think we as humans have the ability to cast them. No, that's the wrong commission. That's for someone who prefers not to be named. They like anonymity. Alright, so I'm gonna pick up those refs. I need Discord open for... Oh, there we go, actually. There we go, refs for Frank and Hugo. They are a little bit small, but that's fine. As long as I can get the colors and like the general look of them down, it's all good. Do you love to go a wandering beneath a clear blue sky? I feel like I should get that, but I don't. Like, you're probably gonna tell me what you're referencing, and I'm gonna be like, oh, it was that thing! Ah! I have some questions for you. Does it stay crunchy even in milk? Have you ever danced with the devil? No, I get that one. That's Batman. That's Batman. That was the Joker said that. That's Jack Nicholson as the Joker. You ever danced with the devil on the pale moonlight? What did you say? I asked that of all my victims. I just like the sound of it. My Jack Nicholson is not very good, as you can tell. Alright, so that's the border. Okay. Let's start with the background, I would say. Are you careful with your personal records? I'd like to think so. That's an ominous question. Milksteak, what are you planning? Favorite Joker? Mark Hamill. I recognize that's a cliche, but Mark Hamill. That was the, that whenever I do the Joker, that's the voice I kind of emulate. It's not one-to-one, but, like, you know. Yes, Svenbot, I'm sure no one watching this has followed my Twitter. Thanks. We're dropping more frames than normal. Not too many, but, like, enough that it's noticeable, I think. At the very least, it's definitely letting me know. Batman Any Media. Again, Kevin Conroy. In the animated universe. So, like, Batman the Animated Series, Justice League, Batman Superman, Static Shock, you know. He just feels like the most sincere and honest depiction of the character and what makes it, like, it distills what makes the character work down to a T, I guess, and really hones in on those ideas better than I think any of the live action ones ever had, better than any of the other animated series ever had. And Justice Batman is pretty cool too, never gives up hope. He's alright. I have misgivings about the Injustice storyline, and if you know anything about me, you probably know what those misgivings are. You see, the reason why I don't like a lot of modern portrayals of Batman is they sort of ostensibly make him like this untouchable bat god in a way, or like the always morally right, always the correct one every time. Like, how many times have we heard this little... Ironically, we bring up Injustice, this scenario where it's like, oh, all the other members of the Justice League have turned evil, but Batman's the right one! Or he's the only one left! Or things like that. Because DC knows. People love Batman. And unfortunately, that means that he's not allowed to be as vulnerable as he used to be. And that sucks. Because that is one of my favorite parts, is his vulnerability. Least favorite Batman villain. Okay, there's a... Barring the ones that are actually, like, funny, there was this character when the New 52 first booted up, there were three mainline Batman comics, because Jesus Christ, and one of them had, for their first arc, had a villain called White Rabbit, and she could kind of, like, divvy yourself up into, like, two people, between, like, this Latina woman and this white woman dressed up as, like, this kind of slutty white. I apologies for using the word slutty. Kind of White Rabbit kind of get up. She was dumb. She was dumb. Her motivation made no sense. Her powers were dumb. She was dumb. She was just there to be sexy and dumb and just White Rabbit, completely uninspired. Like, say what you want about, like, I don't know, like, I want to say Condiment King, but Condiment King's supposed to be stupid. Say what you want about, like, something like the Polka Dot Man for back in the day, but at least, like, or, like, Music Meister, but at least, like, the Polka Dot Man, like, there was clearly an attempt to do something. White Rabbit is just there to be sexy and mysterious. Which, you know, we have a character for that already. Her name is Catwoman, and she's way more interesting than White Rabbit ever was. So, that's my least favorite Batman villain. Oh, also, DC abides, yes. Injustice Batman's voiced by Kevin Conroy. Most of the Justice League cast comes back. The only one for Injustice, the only one that's missing is the only really big one that's missing is that I can think of is Mark Hamill is not the Joker. It's Richard Epcar, because he's the, I guess you could say, the NetherRealm-verse Joker voice. But yeah, my least favorite Batman villain is probably White Rabbit. Next. That or the Nazi one with the nipple pasties from The Dark Knight Returns. Richard Epcar's Joker is good. I feel like he's gotten into the swing of it like way better as time goes on. Because if you heard him in like Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, no, I'm sorry, it just sounds like a bad Mark Hamill. But then when Injustice came around and they got him back, they actually let him do his own thing, and he sounds way better in that. And he's basically been pretty damn good ever since. I missed out on Hamill's I never watched TS growing up. Oh, that's unfortunate. He is probably my favorite of the Joker. He is my favorite of the Jokers. Because much like with Batman, what's great about animated Joker is that they distilled everything that's really fun and enjoyable and likable about the character. And they laser focused on that for development, for writing. There isn't any convoluted backstory. There isn't any extra added bull crap or whatever, or unnecessary baggage. It's just the Joker, and they use that, and it makes him more fun and more interesting. He's funny, he's scary, and Mark Hamill's voice goes a long way to service that, because Mark Hamill's voice as the Joker if you read the comics growing up, that's always how I imagined him sounding, because it's just so perfect. It's whimsical, it's scary, it's funny, it's ridiculous. It's everything you need it to be. It's such a good voice. I think it's better than Luke Skywalker. I think that's his best performance, like, no question. I know a lot of people would also say I wait like from Wing Commander. I'm still partial to the Joker. Again, I recognize that's a bit of a cliche, but screw it. I don't care. It's cliche for a reason. I don't care if it makes me a normie. Have you since watched Batman TAS or any of like the animated Justice League stuff? Because if you haven't, I would highly recommend it. Oh, such good stuff. Like, I love Justice League. I love Batman the Animated Series. I love Superman the Animated Series. I didn't enjoy Static Shock as much growing up, but as an adult, I think I appreciate it more now. Because it's a lot smarter than I remember it being, is the thing. It's a lot smarter than I remember it being. Oh, Superman TAS is so good. It also has the best opening sequence. Yeah, it is probably the best example of stuff that uses only like intro clips, like only clips from the from episodes I've seen. The music is good. Like, Superman the Animated Series to me is anytime somebody says that, like, I don't know, like there's never been a good Superman. No, that's just not true. Just because you don't like something, that doesn't mean there's never been a good version of it. And every time somebody said, I was like, I point them to three things. I point them to Superman the Animated Series. I point them to Superman. To the Superman story? What's so funny about Truth, Justice, and the American Way? Which, if you don't feel like tracking down the comics, Superman versus the Elite, the animated adaptation of that is excellent. And I point them towards All-Star Superman, which distills everything that's amazing about Superman into one story. It's so good, and it's a really great tragic story too. But it's really heartwarming as well. Anyway, favorite non-superhero comic. Oh, there's a few of those. Are we counting webcomics? You know, I'm just gonna go on record and say that my favorite non-superhero comic that I've read was Lackadaisy Cats. I think it is probably like one of the best. I'm partial to Two Kinds, but I acknowledge it's not great in a lot of things. It looks gorgeous. Its characters are likable, but it has some real serious issues with story pacing. I'm quite partial to what little I've read of Black Sad. I think that stuff's good. Of course, you can count webcomics. Okay, then yeah, Lackadaisy Cats is probably up there. I have a few. If I'm to get a little bit more into like published stuff, like I already said, Black Sad, but also the Ian Flemhelm Sonic stuff is really good. Pardon me. Admittedly, I feel like he was a little bit more in his prime, and he was allowed to have more creative control. But he's still doing good stuff. You know, he's trying, even like in making good stuff, despite the stupid character restrictions and things like that I freaking hate. There's also Bone. I rather liked Bone when it came out. I haven't read it in forever, though. I only read it as a kid. The boat. Yeah, the boat. The boat. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Two Kinds has some really likable characters, has some gorgeous art. That boat part. Oh my god. Oh. How long were they on the boat part for? Wasn't it like 100 or so pages? Wasn't it like longer? That wasn't almost like 200 pages. Wasn't it basically like the Naruto filler parts? Where they spent so much time on that boat. Jesus Christ. Like, imagine the Endless 8 from the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, but amped up to 11. It just, oh my god, it was so annoying. And it's a shame, because it's where some of the best character work happened, but, like, it just got, like, so long and boring, and it was just, oh my god, just can we, when are we gonna get to the fireworks factory? It took so long, it drove me nuts. Ugh. Ugh. Never read Two Kinds, only heard reference to the boat. Okay, so Two Kinds is a pretty good overall story. It definitely starts off really iffy, because it's like, okay, so like it's been going for, I think, like 15 years now. It's been going for a very long time. So when you first read it, it's definitely early webcomic art. It's definitely early webcomic kind of characterization. It's 17. Yeah, there you go. It's definitely early webcomic writing. Like, oh, wow. Like, you get, like, all the anime webcomic cliches and all that. But thankfully, Tom got that all out of his system. And now the characters are way more well-rounded. The art is unbelievably gorgeous. Like, I love his art. It's basically, like, goals. Like unbelievably gorgeous art. And even some of the problematic stuff has been sort of touched upon and reconsidered, and I actually really appreciate that. Because, like, in case you don't know, there's a character in the comic who's trans, and yeah, there's some slightly problematic stuff with the way that the character is described in a lot of the media and whatnot. But as we as a society have become at least somewhat more socially cautious and things out, the comic evolved. It got smarter, and as did its portrayal of Natani, who is probably my favorite character in the comic. It's either him or Keith. I like them both. I think Natani is the more interesting character. I think Keith has some aesthetic things going for him that I enjoy. Of course, I think they both look well designed. Hello? Oh. I thought I heard someone coming in. 17 years. God damn. And he's still at it. I didn't even have enough focus to even like properly start up Bad Vibe. How do you do that for 17 years? I want to be like Tom. I want to have that kind of focus. I want to be able to focus on one project for that long. It's better. It's definitely better. And the reason why I say it's better is because it never comes off as cruel. It just comes off as misguided and misinformed. Family Guy's portrayal of trans characters, whether it just be because it's an edgy show trying to be funny, whether or not Seth MacFarlane actually believes what's being done in the show, doesn't matter. It's harmful and it's cruel. It's very cruel. Yeah, sure, Quagmire accepts his mom at the end of the day, but like along the way, we had to like listen to all sorts of like horrible transphobic remarks, and we've had to since. And yeah, I know they said they were gonna stop doing like LGBTQ jokes because they were too sensitive, even for them. And it's like, yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. You said that a couple years ago, and as far as I can tell, you haven't changed your tune. I don't know. I don't watch Family Guy anymore. I know, but like. But like in the case of Two Kinds' early stuff with Natani, it just comes off as not knowing the difference between someone who's transgender and someone who's gender confused or just figuring out their gender identity. You know, like it doesn't know the difference. Rocco did handle the situation very well. Rachel's actually like one of my favorite characters on there and now, and I had very little opinion of the character from the original show, but like just the way that they handle it in Rocco is so good. Would you be able to hand me a Pepsi, Abyss? Thank you. Everyone say hi to Abyss.
Beppis.
Beppis! Yeah, he's gone. But yeah, no, my stomach feels better. Hi! Yeah, he's gone. But yeah, anyway, my stomach feels better, so that's good. But yeah, no, I definitely feel like Two Kinds, even during its periods of was still a lot more tolerant. It wasn't trying to be cruel. Aww, I'm sorry, Kaze. I'll let him know that you said hi. Worst webcomic I've ever read. Here's the thing, I don't read a lot of bad webcomics. I don't really go looking for them. I guess if I had to pick by default, I guess I would say, Sonichu. Even though that's a cliche, and it's dumb, and it's like, yeah, no crap, but like, I'm gonna be headed off somewhere, and I don't know if the stream will be around when I head back, so see you. See you later, Choco Mingo! Thanks for hanging out. Good talking with you. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Good luck to where you're going. But yeah, it's probably Sonichu. Because I don't really read a lot of bad webcomics, is the thing. Fantastic. I was actually just about to ask you about that. I know there's a comic that my opinion of that has shifted dramatically since I first read it. Actually, there's a couple of those where when I first read them, I really liked them. Underrated webcomic. Probably the webcomic I'm archiving, actually. Because, like I said, it was fairly popular back in the day. Now no one remembers it. Like, and that's weird to me because you don't normally see that. Even when something like stops updating, if it had a following, there's usually still people talking about it. But no, it's just gone. Like no one really talks about it. I'm like the only one who does like who's done fan art for it in I think the past 5 or so years. So if you're familiar with my old ass DeviantArt, I don't know if the picture's live on there anymore, but if you're familiar with my old ass DeviantArt, you might actually know what the comic I'm doing is. I don't know why I'm acting all secretive. I'm going to assume most of you don't know what it is. So it's like... But I'd like to think that if some people do watch the video on YouTube, they'll be like, I remember that! Or I've heard of that! Or something to that effect. Because I would like to at least bring some attention to it. Maybe not in the sense of I want people to go looking for the original author or anything, because I don't know if she wants to be like found, but I do want to let people know about the comics. I'll probably put a little disclaimer at the beginning, like I'm not trying to, stir up anything. I just want people to know about it. I don't know. But yeah, that's probably the most underrated webcomic I've ever read. Because, for like an early 2000s fan comic that has a lot of trappings of early 2000s internet humor, it holds up surprisingly well. I mean, the art isn't always great when it starts out especially, but it gets a lot better as it goes on. She definitely had more of a knack for characters than she did background, I'll say that, something for nothing, which I mean mood. But it's a really, really, really fun little comic. Pardon me? Alright, folks, got any more questions? If you want to keep it to webcomics, that is fine, because I am enjoying answering webcomic questions, honestly. Or even just comic questions in general. If you got any good comic questions, let me know. Or just any question, really. I just... Bleh. Bleh, 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 bleh. If I ever written fan fiction, yes, I have. I've actually written quite a bit of fan fiction, but you can't find any of it on the internet anymore. One of them was a proposed idea for Kingdom Hearts 3 that included Nintendo and Sega characters. One of them was, one of them was one I never posted to the internet. It was a Sonic the Hedgehog origin story. Another one was another Sonic one about Eggman and Tails teaming up to defeat Eggman Nega. I never finished any of these. There's a third one, I couldn't tell you what it was. So those exist, but I don't think you can find them anymore. And they're not good at all. They were all terrible, horribly paced story. Oh, another one. This was the one I spent the most time on, and I think you can still find it, but I don't remember the name of it, and I don't even remember, like, it might have been taken off. I don't even remember what hosting site it was on. It was an Epic Mickey 3 fanfic. An idea for an Epic Mickey 3 fan. I tended to do that a lot for fanfic, where I would propose an idea for like a game that was never going to come out. Now we have Kingdom Hearts 3. We don't have Epic Mickey 2 though. We probably Epic Mickey 3 rather, and we probably never will. So yeah. I have in fact written. I've actually been considering writing more fan fiction, actually. Maybe not posting it, but writing more fan fiction just for the sake of it. If someone wanted to get into comics, what would you suggest is a good entry point? Like, for reading? Okay, so that's going to depend on who you're interested in. Because I don't think there's sort of a good general just jumping into comics comic. If you're getting into DC, I would say start with the they did the Rebirth relaunch.
And while a lot of the crossover stuff gets convoluted and gets all tied up with like the New 52 and the original universe history, the post-crisis universe history and that sort of thing, individually the stories are all pretty easy to, like, as for like individual to Superman stuff and whatnot, pretty easy to digest. Marvel stuff, they did a bit of a rebirth, relaunch as well. I would say go back to when they stopped doing the Ultimate Universe. If I'm being honest, if you want something that's just good to get into comics, just any old independent webcomic, I think, is a good way to just dive right in. I think that's easier because they don't have the years of convoluted history and things like that, you know? A lot of my comic reading these days is stuff like webcomics. Alternatively, licensed comics of your favorite franchise. That's always a good place to go. So, like, if you, like, enjoy a video game and if there's a comic of it, check that out. If you enjoy a movie and there's a comic of it, check that out. If there's, like, a TV show you enjoy, check that out. I'd also recommend maybe some like some more like YA oriented stuff. Like I brought a Bone earlier. That's a good one to just kind of sit down and read through. So I said there wasn't really any. Yeah, no, there's a few. It's more just for stuff like superheroes and whatnot. I think it's gonna be a bit trickier. Something I always hear is like people go, oh, you know what you should read first? Watchmen, it's a classic. No, don't read Watchmen first. Do not read Watchmen first. Not that it's particularly like dense in terms of lore or anything, but it's a deconstruction. Never start with a deconstruction. You won't understand what's being deconstructed. There's a Klonoa comic for a while. Of course, it was stopped. It was taken down because we can't have nice thing. I think it was archived somewhere. I have they did a Bravo Man comic that I really liked as well. I actually have the first volume of that as a book because they also printed it as a book. Weirdest piece of pop culture merchandise I own. I have to think about this actually. Oh, I have a pop figure of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit from Epic Mickey 2. And the reason why that's weird is because this is when pop figures weren't even really that popular yet. And it's merchandise for goddamn Epic Mickey 2. You know, that game that no one bought? Like, it's really weird. Alternatively, keeping on with Disney, I have a fairly rare black and white like treasures collection for like Mickey Mouse. And there was only like a couple, like 10,000 or so of those made. So that might sound big, but once you think about how many like DVDs would get made back then, it's pretty rare. And I only paid like $30-40 for it. So I don't think it's a collector's item, but like it's got like a nice tin and whatnot. But like the back description of it was rather poorly glued on and it kind of came off. But it's alright. It's completely intact otherwise. I hope that was a sufficient answer. I don't know what that noise was. It was a sufficient answer. I hope. Favorite board game? I don't like board games. I just don't have the attention span for them. You know what? No, I'm gonna give you an answer. Mario Party. I'm sorry if that's disappointing. Unless regarding Cards Against Humanity, in which case, it's, I mean, it's not really a board game, but whatever. Cards Against Humanity. Yeah, it isn't a wrong answer. That's the thing. Saying Mario Kart, that's not Mario Party, that's not technically incorrect. But like stuff like Stratego and like Clue, I like these as ideas. But I just can't. Like I just can't. I just don't want to like set it up and all that stuff and just be bored the entire time. I'd rather just, I don't know. If I'm gonna set up a thing for like tabletop play, I'd rather do like an RPG or something, you know? I especially won't play Monopoly. I can't stand Monopoly. Oh, I hate Monopoly so much. Oh, it's so long and boring. And for what? What are we celebrating? Capitalism? Mark Snook would not approve. Oh. Favorite book? I don't read. I think this came up on the Q&A. Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, but that's only just because it's like it's a classic, and I love Tolkien lore. But like, I am not a patient man. I think I brought this up in frig, what was it? It was one of the videos, and I go off on a tangent about school and not being able to, and just hating reading because it was like forced on me. Like I bring up the Jane Animations video where she talks about the same thing. I just can't read. School ruined reading for me. I just find it unbearably dull now. Which is so crazy to me because like I love comic books and I love like thinking up scenarios in my mind and I like writing things. I love writing. I don't like reading. Sneaking to Canada from the U.S. I can't answer that. You know, it's actually kind of funny. I'm kind of liking how it looks with like the lines on the outside. Kind of reminds me of like kind of like weird semi-transparent backgrounds you'd see in like Fairly Odd Parents or something. But that's not what we're going for. So I'm actually gonna turn off the sketch for now, so we can just focus on the clouds. But yeah, I can't answer that question. That would make me complicit. Oh, what the? Oh, right. Duh. Oh my goodness. Alright, anyone else got any questions? I love questions. It's a fun way to communicate with you guys. If you get to know me a little better. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I don't even know what it's... Is that an accent? I'm having a stroke. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. Least favorite book. Jeez, I don't know. I want to say The Scarlet Letter, but it's been a really long time. I'm gonna say The Scarlet Letter. Just it's been a really long time. Just Scarlet Letter. I don't know. I could go with, like, I guess Twilight or something, but that almost feels like a cop-out. It's like, yeah, of course it's Twilight. Of course it's Twilight. Twilight sucks. Like, the worst book I've listened, like, to someone read, I haven't, like, just read off parts of, and the worst book idea I've ever heard was, if you're familiar, Empress Teresa. That is a fascinatingly bad bit of literature. Have you ever been to an amusement park? Yes! There's been a few. Anything from, like, the amusement park Park Omega, which is Park Omega, which is technically a zoo, but they also have an amusement park section, to stuff that's like travels. So stuff like they used to do the Super Exhibition over here, and they would have like rides and things like that, and it was dope as hell. Now they don't do it anymore. I haven't been to an amusement park in a very long time. I miss it dearly because I love amusement parks. I love rides. The last time I went to an amusement park was in 2012. And I miss it dearly. I miss going on rides and getting crappy, like, amusement park food. I miss it so much. When all of this is over, I'm actually maybe wanting to go over to Canada's Wonderland, just because it'll just be nice, just be able to do that again, you know. And I can afford it now because I'm an adult, or hopefully I'd be able to afford it by then. But you know what I mean. I could conceivably save enough money for it, is kind of what I'm getting at, you know? Y'all know what I mean. But no, getting back to that worst, but you know what? Yeah, no, Empress Teresa. Like, I thought about it. Scarlet Letter, at least, is, like, competently written. Twilight is just, it's just high school, like, middle school, like, girl fan fiction. It's like, you know what, whatever, that's fine. I had my own cringy dumb stuff I liked too. I liked Concession. I had my own dumb edgy stuff I liked too, so I mean, you know what, whatever. But no, Empress Teresa, that's probably the worst piece of, like, written literature I think I've ever heard of. Again, I haven't really read it. I've only, like, heard, like read-throughs. Not so much, like, audiobooks, but, like, read-throughs and, like, reviews and, like, Frederick Knudsen did a stream where he read, like, 3 chapters of it. Long Day's Journey into Night. No. Instead, we had a Catcher in the Rye, The Scarlet Letter. And some other boring things I don't remember. Catcher in the Rye, I will at least argue, I'm not a big fan of it, but I at least understand that's largely due to my preference for characters. I find Holden Caulfield insufferable. That book is going to be dependent completely on how much you relate to Holden Caulfield. I find him completely insufferable. But I also understand it's like, it's kind of the point, you know? It's like, alright, but then again, I mean, so are Onision's books, and those suck, so I mean, Of course, Onision's just a jerk, so I mean, and just a bad person in general. But that's neither here nor there. We don't need to talk about the Onion Child. There were a couple of books I read in school that I did enjoy. I more just didn't enjoy the environment of which I had to read them, if that makes any sense. Where I had to do, like, these obnoxious summaries, which are overly boring and detailed explanations for, like, the summaries of the plot of the book instead of being anything interesting or interpretive, you know? I think of the books I read, I enjoyed, we did One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and then we watched the movie of it, which was fantastic. And, definitely from the late 70s, but it was fantastic. We had read, Of Mice and Men, which I know is a bit more contentious. Again, I really liked it, but it is definitely a book of the time. Long Days, Journey to Night, What's God Awful is really just a rich family sitting around and complaining. So, yeah, it sounds like Catcher in the Rye, where it's just Holden Caulfield being a privileged little punk and complaining that he's like a privileged little punk. And it's just, I don't like Catcher in the Rye. It's meant to be deconstructive. More like it's meant to be boring as crap. Alright, I think I might go for a slightly more like... Okay, Milkstick, I want your opinion on something. I'm thinking of maybe going... Because in the original, I went for kind of like a more painterly look for the distance shot. But I was thinking to make things more consistent, I was going to actually do them in line work this time around. How do you feel about that? I'll give you a minute to sort of contemplate on that. I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom. I'm back. Alright, so if you prefer the more painty style, then we will go with that. Okay. Same one about Casher and the Rye. At least the kid actually does things. Does he? I think it's like at the very end of the book, he like apparently snaps, and then that's it. Except he doesn't. And then I think they say he might be getting help. I don't remember. Ugh. Fox is cute. No. That's some great grammar you got there. Welcome back, Choco Mingo. I thought you said you were going out. What happened? Who do I have to punch? I did. Oh, you did. Oh, we weren't gone for very long. Well, we're probably gonna wrap up in a minute, but like, I'm still answering questions and I'm still doing Milksteak's Calm. I'm not gonna be finishing it tonight, but I would like to make more progress than just, hey, we sketched and did the sky, you know. I want to at least get started on like the ground and things like that. So, if anyone has any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them. I don't know why I keep slipping into, like, this really, like, bad, debatably offensive French accent. And you know what's actually sad? It's still not as unconvincing as the French accents in most of, like, Big Finish Doctor Who, and if they have a French character on, they can never just get a French person. They just get an English person to a really bad accent. Like, I'm not even joking. There is, like, that voice I was doing was kind of tame by a Big Finish French person comparison. What did I want to be when I wanted to be a kid? I wanted to make comics. Yeah, I wanted to make comics. Maybe do games. But I wanted to make comics. And then I kind of fell out of that when I was a teenager for a bit, but then I got back on that high horse after a certain point when I realized that, yeah, you know what? After reading, of all things, So You're a Cartoonist. Yeah, of all things, the most pessimistic, I hate my job webcomic I think I've ever read. By the way, it's unpleasant, don't read it. It made me want to get back into making webcomics. Into making like comics and whatnot, and I did for a while, and then I kind of stopped. Now I don't really know what I'm doing other than just doing art and streaming, which, I mean, hey, it's not a bad job, you know. With that said, I would love to at least try and do a webcomic again at some point, you know. I would really love to at some point try and do a webcomic. On another animation? Well, not really an animation. I am working on another Foxtails. I don't really do animated parts in Foxtails anymore. I don't know if anyone noticed that. And a lot of that's just due to the fact that it's very time-consuming, and I don't feel like I have the sufficient knowledge to make it work with what I need to do. What I'd like to do is I'd like to start putting them back when I'm more skilled in animation. And maybe if I ever get big enough, I'd like to bring on some guest animators to help. I'm still holding out hope for Bad Vibe. Well, I am too someday. I think I want to take on some smaller projects first. Because I think my main issue with Bad Vibe is a lot of the time I stop because I think whether I realize it or not, it's very intimidating. The ideas I have for it. And I don't really want to rein them back because these are all really cool ideas that I have that I don't want to spoil. But there are a lot of really cool ideas that I have, and a lot more than I think I've actually shared. And at this point, it's kind of a case where it's like, I want to make sure that I'm good to go with it, because it's a long story, and it's one that I want to be able to commit to. Was to work on a broadcast station. Oh, that's so cool! With that said, I do appreciate you holding out for Bad Vibe. I'm surprised, because frankly, I almost never draw anything or update anyone about it or anything. Those poor social media pages I made for it all those years ago are just rotting. But that's really neat. I never really thought about that. That's really cool. It reminds me when I was a kid, we went to Rogers broadcasting station when I was in school for a field trip, and that was really fun. I liked that field trip, even though honestly there wasn't a lot of broadcasting going on. I thought it was fun. I thought it was cool. You wanted to be an animator too as a kid? Oh, cool. I don't think I ever specifically wanted to animate as a kid. I think I always I knew I wanted to do comics, is the thing. And comics was the thing I wanted to do. One of my dream plans was to do art for the Archie Sonic the Hedgehog comic, and now that's gone. So, there goes that. Yeah, I thought of art as simply just a hobby. I might try to fulfill that dream. I mean, that'd be cool. I say go for it. If it sounds like something you really want to do, I say go for it, man. You can do it. Also, thank you for letting everyone know about that they are appreciated, Fenbot. Oh, pet. I was originally a graphic design major, but as I said, I mostly draw as a hobby. Falsely thinking graphic design is close to anime. No. I used to think that in high school, because when I was in high school and I started thinking, oh, if I want to go into art and whatnot, I want to learn about animation and that sort of thing, because that's a good, viable way to earn money, and then I could make comics on the side and things like that, and then eventually I'll be able to just do the comics. So I kind of had this planned out for a while. It's just a very rough-neck plan, but, you know. And I was going to go into graphic design. Really glad I didn't do that. Oh, I think the music stopped. Just put on It's Raining somewhere else, I guess. Ever thought about becoming a voice actor somewhere? Yes. In high school, before I went back to wanting to work on comics, and before I had that weird comfy Pangu, and before I had that weird stint where I thought I wanted to be a psychiatrist, I wanted to do voice acting. Or at least one where I could work behind the scenes in regards to TV. That'd be cool. Maybe I'll see your name pop up sometime. Nap was good. Oh, you take nap. Did Pangu sleep? Nee. I think I'm going to go until 2:30 just because I'm having a lot of fun answering questions. Like, I mean, until 2 hours and 30 minutes, not until the time 2:30. If I could change one thing about my brand, what would it be? I don't know. I don't know, actually. You know, I don't know. Not so much I would change anything. I think I want to just improve on the reach of my brand, I guess. Making sure more people know. It's not really a change. You know? Fortunately, my elementary school came to an end. My parents taught me that art was for the skillless, and that, yeah, that never happened to me. I mean, I was constantly told, oh, you need to learn French to get by. Meanwhile, I'm here barely knowing a lick of French, and I'm perfectly fine. But I was never told that I was. In fact, I tended to be. I tended to be encouraged to do art. Is the thing, as a kid, but only really as a hobby. I don't think anyone thought I was actually going to make a career out of it. But I did. Here we are. I'm doing art for a career. And surprisingly, I didn't end up drawing porn for my job. I'm honestly super grateful because I don't I don't know, drawing porn. I don't dislike like NSFW art or artists or anything. I just don't have a lot of fun drawing it most of the time. Do you need skills or experience in order to voice? Yes. Yes. You can't just dive right. There's this common misconception that you could just jump right into voice acting and just do like a silly voice and that's it. In fact, I hate one of the things that made me so mad was a while ago. Chris Rock, I think, he was accepting an award or something, and he went off on a tangent about how easy it is to do voiceover for animation. And that makes me so mad, because everything he's in that he does voiceover for, you want to know what he does? He just talks like Chris Rock. He's just being Chris Rock. That drives me nuts. I hate that. It's like, bruh, don't talk about how it doesn't take any skill of voice act. Is I just go up there and be Chris Rock because you're just being up there and being Chris Rock. It drives me nuts. Urgh. No, it takes a lot of time, a lot of skill, and a lot of dedication. Apologies for shouting. But yes, absolutely. It requires skill, time, and dedication and understanding and experience to do voice acting. You kind of sound like Wacko. That's fair. Mrs. Beakhead? Rocco. I can't do Rocco's voice, but you know. Sleepy Pengu. Oh, you're still drowsy. Here, I'm gonna more properly detail the ground after. For now, let's get back to let's do the what here. No, you. I'm never drowsy. That's a lie. Alright, folks, we're still answering questions, so if you want to throw some into the ring, please feel free. Hech! Why are you saying hech? Hech! Whenever we, like, say that, like, heck, that's always how I read it. Hech! Favorite thing to stream? Oh, I think it depends on my mood. I think it really does. I think it just depends on what kind of mood I'm in that day. I can tell you, so far, my least favorite thing to stream has been Minecraft. But just in general, when it comes to other stuff like Fallout or Sims or whatever, or art, it really does depend. Like, unfortunately, as boring as that is, I don't think I have a definitive, satisfying answer. Hey, Stream Dr. Duck. You're a voice actor and dubber in Norway. Really? Cool. Quack. Do you voice ducks? Are you Norwegian ducks? Much pog. Oh! Okay, so a couple things. Holy crap, you're the Norwegian voice of Donald Duck. That's goddamn cool, my dude. Second of all, for some reason that I can't begin to comprehend, the bot held your thing because of the phrase "duck" in Norwegian. What? What even the hell? That's super cool though, dude. Is this your first time on one of my streams? Yeah, I don't understand. Was it the word duck? Was it the word in? Was it the word Norwegian? I don't understand. First time? Well, welcome aboard, my dude. On my channel, I just sort of stream whatever. It's usually games or art. I basically stream every, also, this is very, very, very active water. God damn. Oh, well. I stream every, Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Usually from 6 to 8-ish. Today it was later because there was a couple reasons for why. I'm not gonna get into the details as to why, but... Followed you since I checked via Steam. Yeah, I think I recalled getting a message for that, and I think I said thank you to you when you weren't around. Like I think when I started a stream, I said, "Well, thank you very much." Well, that's like super cool, streamer. Forbidden duck. But that's like super cool. I didn't know you were Norwegian Donald Duck. That's really nifty. Oh, hang on. Speaking of voice actor stuff, though, if I can find it, there is something I did want to link in the chat. No, don't leave the song. Don't leave the song. No, don't start it over. I'm about to lose my mind. I could link you a YouTube video so you can hear my work in Norwegian, although you can look at it later. Yeah, if you'd like. Oh, you know what you should do? Are you a member of the Discord? Because if not, hang on. Put it in, like, if you remember the Discord, put it on the, like, the art channel. So I'm looking for a specific dub over of something. I'm in Sahama's Discord. Hold on. Coolio. Well, I can't find it, but there's a webcomic called Castle Swimmer, and my boyfriend Blitzio does the voice of one of the main characters in it, and I was trying to find which one it was, but I couldn't find it. DM you on Discord. Alright! Sounds good. Anyway, so we're about to wrap up. If anyone had any other questions they wanted to ask them now, or forever hold your peace, at least until the next time we do one of these. But yeah, if I can find which gosh heckin' Castle Swimmer it is, because there's a couple, but if I can find the one I'm looking for, I'll link you guys in it, because my boyfriend Blitzio is in it, and he does a really great job. Also, yes, again, Fenbot reminding people to give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, which helps a lot! It does, actually. It really does. It's what gets me money. But yeah, I used to consider doing voice acting. It's something I wouldn't mind doing as a side thing, but I don't think it'll ever be like my main deal. I don't think I'm qualified for that. I think that there's other things I'm better at that I want to focus more on. If that makes sense. So yeah, if anyone wants to ask any more questions... again, don't know why I'm doing the potentially offensive French voice, but there you go. Again, like I said, though, it's, you know what? It still sounds better than, like, the French accents in, like, the big Finnish Productions Doctor Who stuff, because, oh my god. I mean, pardon me. All the love in the world to the people who do the voices and whatnot, and I'm sure they're great and other stuff, but my god. Something I'm weirded out about. I don't know, what are you weirded about, Choco Mingo? Or are you asking me? I don't know what you're weirded out about, dude. We haven't had that conversation before. The chameleon bros are described as Scandinavian. The what? RML? I don't know what that means. On the disc have to say they're French. What? Okay, what is this? What are you referencing? Oh, Rocko's Modern Life. Yeah, from Rocko's Modern Life. Okay, sorry, I was very confused there because I was like, is this like an RPG I don't know about? I was very confused. Rocko's Modern Life, the JRPG. When? Drawing some page needs to be a gift to Sheriff. Thank you very much, stream, Dr. Duck. I do have some voice reels up on my YouTube, but they're not great, so I mostly did them for fun because I was hyper-fixating on certain characters, and I just wanted to do voices. What's your favorite type of content to work on? The more lavish detailed stuff like this, the more simple stuff because it's more character-focused. And as you guys know, I do love me some characters. My general preference for work is on characters, so... Oh my god, no. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Maybe in the like the future, Dr. Duck. As a fellow man of a anthropomorphic doctorate, maybe another time. Not that I'm not down for that, because I'd be very much down for that. That sounds like a lot of fun. It's more so I have a couple of things I need to do after the stream, but I would absolutely love to sometime we could like discuss that and like figure out things from there. I'm also will freely admit, and you can ask anyone this, particularly Kaze, I am very gun shy when it comes to talking over Discord. Or just anything in general. When it comes to doing voice chat, I'm very gun shy with that sort of thing. But at some point, that would be a lot of fun. I wouldn't mind doing that. In fact, I'd like to do like a voice chat like thing with a few people at some point. Like when I can get like the cojones. Another time. Yep. Sounds good. It's true. Yeah, it's true. Especially since I live with my family. For me, it's just anxiety. I'm just a ball of anxiety, you know? I don't like that I'm a ball of anxiety, especially since it's like, you know. But my boyfriend Blitzio, though, I'm the exact same way, but I really want to work on being able to vote. Yeah. But though, Dr. Duck, there is, my boyfriend Blitzio probably wouldn't mind, hearing about that too, because he's a voice actor and he's looking to get into voice acting, and I think having like some tips could potentially, especially from someone who's like a professional, would be able to help a lot. I think. Don't feel like you have to. I'm not like trying to like please, but like, you know. Sorry if that's a little presumptuous of me. What is that thumb up graphic of? I'm very confused. But yeah, at some point I wouldn't mind jumping in a call and you know, asking some questions. Happy to provide some insight. Fantastic. I need training. Well, yeah, of course. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with needing training. I might need to work on the water a bit, but I think for now I want to get Milksteak's quick opinion on it real quick before we close up. Though before we stop, I will let people ask one last round of questions, I think. So again, if you had any more questions you wanted to ask, get them out now. Exercising your voice every day. Yeah, as you should. Of course, I was going to say a thing and I forgot. Looks good so far? Okay, cool. Fantastic. Alright, so I'm just going to real quickly save it. Save. I'm going to close up, and again, I'm going to give you guys one more chance to ask some questions, and while you think of whatever or do that, I'm going to look for someone that we can raid. It was really cool to meet you there, Stream Dr. Duck. Am I cute? No. My Sona's cute. My Sona's adorable. Yeah. I'm glad you agree. Alright, just gonna real quickly look for the Discord. Or not the Discord. Why am I looking for Discord? I'm looking for Twitch! I see you using the drop-down menus a lot. Do you prefer that to keyboard shortcuts? Is it just a habit? Excuse me. It depends on what I'm doing. Undo, I generally prefer for like stuff like undo and whatnot. I generally prefer to use keyboard shortcuts for. Stuff like rotating the canvas and whatever, I'll generally use the menus. Aw, I see you got the Sahama emotes there. Let's see, is there anyone who looks like... Okay, so there's a relatively small streamer called Squishy Times 1. I'm gonna send you over to her. Alright, let's see, we're gonna take him until he admits he's... I don't think he's watching. Okay, I'm gonna send you over her way. Again, she's only got like one person watching right now. She's playing Dead by Daylight. So let's go in there and say hi. See you later. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It means a lot. I'm really glad we were able to get as much work done today as we were. I had a blast. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for the hosts. Thank you to Stream Dr. Duck for popping in. Thank you for everyone for popping in. You're all awesome. I will catch you on the flip side. Next time we'll probably be streaming at 6 again. I don't know. Thank you for all your questions. I'll see you later. Bye!